Just a couple more days left. A couple more days left to the 2022 NFL Draft. What are the Eagles going to do? So there's a bunch of news that did come out on the Philadelphia Eagles. And one, we saw that Reagor could be a trade, could happen. The Eagles might actually get this done. They already moved JJ to tight end. If they're able to trade Reagor, you could see the Eagles going first-round wide receiver. I could definitely see it happening. So news came out. Eagles are open. This is from Tim McManus. Eagles are open to trade offers to wide receiver Jalen Reagor from Tim McManus. Adds that, quote-unquote, feels quite likely they will spend a high draft pick on a wide receiver, which is going to be really interesting. Just think about it. You take Reagor out, JJ's at tight end. You have a couple open spots there for another first-round wide receiver if that's the way you want to go. Then interesting enough on NFL Network from Ian Rapaport, the most highly team that will trade up that he's been hearing around the league is the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, talked about a trade up for Thibodeaux, a cornerback. Are two rumors as of right now. But Jameson Williams was talked about yesterday so much, I said to myself, maybe he won't be the pick. I really don't know. He talked about two trade back candidates on NFL Network. Two trade back candidates will be the Giants, which I don't see happening, and the Carolina Panthers at 6. Now, Rapaport did say that a trade will most likely happen before the draft. It won't come out to the public, but something will be set in place for the Eagles on draft night, so then they don't have to rush to get a trade. 6 would be a perfect spot. The Panthers need draft picks, okay? You have trade chips in Reagor. You have trade chips in Dillard and Gardner Minshew. That's really important right now because Gardner Minshew, above average backup quarterback, and you have him at a really cheap 1-year deal for a little over $900,000. So Gardner Minshew could be traded on draft night for that number 6 overall, but we'll see. And then other news does come out that around the league, from what's happening right now, what people are hearing, what's going on with the Eagles, if Kayvon Thibodeaux moves out of the top 5, Eagles might pounce on that player, and I could see it happening. They need defensive line in this first round. I thought maybe they're going after one of the Georgia defensive linemen in Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis, but Thibodeaux seems like the pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they had him on a pre-draft visit, but if they move up to 6, if they lose out on Sauce, they can get Stingley. If they lose out on Stingley, maybe getting defensive line, getting Kayvon Thibodeaux is going to be the pick of this draft. So I am very excited. We don't know what's going to happen, but I would say 95% there's going to be a trade up. 95%. With the Giants, probably not, with having 5 and 7. But if they move up to 6, it's perfect because no one could really jump them because the Giants have picks in front of them and behind them at 5 and 7. So I think it makes a ton of sense. I mean, look, think about the players they're not talking about right now. Garrett Wilson is another one they're not talking about. They had that little thing they had at the pro day at Ohio State where Garrett Wilson talked to Howie and Nick for 15 to 20 minutes. And, you never know what could happen. They probably treated that as type of a pre-draft visit type thing where they interviewed the player for a while. They didn't bring him for a pre-draft visit. Okay, Chris Olave would be another receiver, not that early. I think later on he'll get picked. You have Jameson Williams that could be available, but they talked about him so much the other day. I feel like the more they talk about a player, the more they're not going to get him. And look, Kayvon Thibodeaux hasn't really been brought up too much, but if they move up to the 6th overall pick and trade with Carolina, Thibodeaux could be available. If the Giants don't pick him at 5, I think Thibodeaux could be available at 6. I think they want to get that edge rusher for the future with Derek Barnett coming off of, he's got a 2-year contract, but they can get off of it after 1 year if they have to. The defensive line needs to increase. And I understand that we can get a skill position player, but you have the 18th pick as well, which another receiver like Burks or Olave could be there if Jameson Williams and Garrett Wilson are not available. Top 15, okay, if they're already gone by that time. There's plenty of more receivers that you can get. But if Thibodeaux's the guy, I would absolutely love it. I would totally love it, wouldn't mind it. And you never know what they could draft later on in the second rounds if they get another second-round pick for more defensive line down the road. So other than that, guys, think about it. A Jalen Reagor trade. They could get a receiver in the first round. I mean, Kayvon Thibodeaux could be a total smokescreen too, and they could go get Garrett Wilson or Jameson Williams Because if they get this Reagor trade done before the draft, I think they might go receiver because they're down a couple spots at receiver now with JJ moving the tight end. So I feel like receiver could be. They're not talking about Garrett Wilson. They talked about Jameson Williams a lot yesterday, so we'll see what happens. But Sauce, maybe could be there. You never know at 6. I mean, I don't think he's making that top 5, but I'd be kind of surprised at this point. So, other than that, let me know what you guys think about Kayvon Thibodeaux. Do you think Kayvon Thibodeaux will be the pick moving if he moves down the board and we're at 6? Would you pick him? Are you trading up for Sauce? Is it for another position? Do you think this is a smokescreen for a wide receiver in Garrett Wilson or Jameson Williams? Since Garrett Wilson wants to be a Philadelphia Eagle at this point, so you're going to get the extra fire and the extra effort from him. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. And that's the news for today. And I'll see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow. So peace out, guys. Peace.